Have you ever felt like you're drifting through life, going through the motions, checking boxes, but never truly moving forward? Maybe deep down you know something needs to change. You feel it when you wake up, when you look in the mirror, when another week passes and nothing's different. But still, you wait. You tell yourself, next Monday, after the holidays, when I'm ready. But what if that moment never comes? Let me ask you something. What if the reason you're stuck isn't because you're lazy or broken, but because you've been waiting for permission to take control of your own story? That was me. For years, I played it safe, thinking clarity would strike like lightning. It didn't. What changed everything wasn't a big event. It was a set of ancient truths I decided to act on. That day marked the first time I stopped waiting and started choosing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 11 powerful shifts, simple, actionable, grounded in Stoic wisdom, that can help you reset your mind, regain your power, and reshape your life. This isn't magic, and it's definitely not motivation fluff. It's practical, timeless strategy for anyone who's tired of feeling like a side character in their own life. If you're still watching, something inside you already knows you're capable of more, and all it takes is one decision. So ask yourself, are you finally ready to turn the page? Let's begin. Number 1. Trade complaints for results. There's a subtle trap that catches even the smartest people. It disguises itself as release, as expression, even as honesty. But it's nothing more than a quiet surrender. You feel stuck, so you complain. You feel overwhelmed, so you vent. And in that moment, you believe you've done something productive. But the truth is, you haven't moved an inch. Every time you complain, you're rehearsing your pain. You're replaying the same story without changing the ending. And over time, this habit becomes a lifestyle, one where problems grow louder and solutions grow more distant. Let me tell you about someone who figured this out the hard way. David Goggins is now known as one of the toughest men alive. Former Navy SEAL, ultramarathon runner, best-selling author. But before all of that, he was overweight, working a dead-end job spraying for cockroaches, and blaming everyone but himself. He had every reason to be angry: abuse, poverty, racism. But one day, standing in front of a mirror, he asked himself a brutal question. What if no one's coming to save me? That question didn't just shake him, it woke him up. He realized that complaining wasn't going to change his body, his bank account, or his future. So he stopped explaining and he started building. Not because it was easy, but because it was the only way forward. That's what this principle is about: trading the temporary comfort of complaining for the long-term power of results. The ancient Stoics understood this centuries ago. They didn't waste time blaming the weather or the emperor. They focused on the one thing they could truly command: their response. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that our actions may be hindered, but our intentions, our will, our reason, they remain free. You don't get to choose every situation, but you do choose your stance. And science backs this up. Research from Stanford University shows that the more we complain, the more our brain wires itself for negativity. It becomes easier to spot what's wrong and harder to act on what's right. The complaint becomes a reflex. But here's the good news: so can action. So here's a challenge. For just one day, refuse to let a complaint leave your lips without pairing it with a small action. If you say, "I'm tired," go to bed 30 minutes earlier. If you say, "I have no time," look at how long you've been scrolling. If you feel stuck, move even a little. 10 push-ups, 1 task completed, 1 drawer organized, 1 difficult text sent, and write it down. Every time you catch yourself about to complain, pause. Then write what you did instead. Watch how different your day becomes. You don't need a full personality makeover. You don't need to escape your life. You just need to stop rehearsing your struggle and start rehearsing your strength. Because in the end, complaints tell the world who's to blame. Actions tell the world who's in charge. Number 2, live with less, gain more. What if the stuff you own ends up owning you? It sounds dramatic, but think about it. You walk through the front door after a long day expecting to relax. But instead of peace, you're greeted by a kitchen counter buried under unopened mail, a closet stuffed with clothes you don't wear, and a brain buzzing with to-do lists, missed calls, and guilt from 3 text messages you still haven't answered. And it's not just physical clutter. It's emotional. It's mental. It's commitments you didn't even choose, thoughts you never paused to question, and the constant hum of trying to keep up. Most of us are carrying around a backpack we don't even see. Every object, every yes we never meant, every lingering worry is another rock tossed inside. And the weight slows us down. It clouds our thinking. It steals our clarity. I used to think that more meant better. More clothes, more plans, more options. But it wasn't freedom. It was noise. Noise I didn't know I was drowning in. That shift happened when I realized that getting rid of something wasn't a loss, it was a gain. A gain in mental clarity, in peace, in time, in focus. Even the ancient thinkers knew this. One of them once wrote, "Wealth isn't about how much you have, it's about how little you need." And it's not just philosophy, it's practical. Steve Jobs, for example, wore the same type of outfit every single day. Not because he didn't care, but because he did. He cared about saving his mental energy for what truly mattered. He understood that even small decisions, when stacked up, can burn through your focus. So he eliminated the non-essential and doubled down on what was. So what does that look like for you? Start small. Open one drawer. Look at the things inside. If you haven't used it in a year, if it doesn't serve your peace of mind, let it go. Not later. Today. You'll feel it immediately, like a knot in your chest finally loosening. Then look at your calendar. What's one thing you said yes to that you now regret? Maybe it's a weekly meeting that drains you. Maybe it's a group chat that distracts more than it helps. Cross it off. Politely decline. You don't owe your time to anything that doesn't move you forward. And lastly, check in with your thoughts. How many of them are spinning on autopilot, repeating the same worries, the same loops? Take 5 minutes. Breathe, write them down. Release the ones that no longer serve you. You don't have to carry everything just because you've been carrying it for a long time. Here's what I learned. The more space you create, the more you can finally breathe. You start noticing what actually matters. You start feeling lighter, clearer, even powerful. You don't need to change your whole life overnight, but you can change the weight of it today. And that one change can transform everything. So let me ask you, what will you put down today? Number 3. Gratitude as a habit. When you open your eyes in the morning, what's the first thought that crosses your mind? For most people, it's a list of problems waiting to be solved. Deadlines, bills, that awkward conversation they need to have. Rarely do we stop to think about what's already good in our lives. Yet this one small shift, starting the day by noticing what's right, can completely change how the rest of the day unfolds. We live in a culture where it's easy to focus on what's missing. News cycles bombard us with bad stories, social media reminds us of what we don't have, and work piles up faster than we can clear it. Gratitude sounds nice in theory, but many dismiss it as too small to matter. The truth is, it's the small habits that quietly rewire your mind long before the big changes show up. Take Michael J. Fox, the actor known for Back to the Future. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in his 30s, he faced challenges that would break most people. Yet in interviews, he often shares that the illness gave him an unexpected gift, the ability to value each ordinary moment. A cup of coffee in the morning, a laugh with his kids, a short walk on a sunny day. He didn't wait for life to get perfect. He trained himself to notice what was already good. If a man living with a chronic illness can find daily reasons to be thankful, what excuse do the rest of us have? Science backs this up. A Harvard study found that writing down 3 things you're grateful for every day over a period of just 3 weeks significantly increases happiness and reduces stress. It doesn't take an hour of meditation or a trip to the mountains, just a few minutes of intentional focus. From day 1, your brain begins shifting attention from what's missing to what's present. The ancients understood this too. Epictetus wrote, "He is wise who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Gratitude isn't about ignoring your problems. It's about refusing to let them define your entire outlook. By appreciating what remains, you build resilience to face what's ahead. So how do you make gratitude a habit? Keep it simple. In the morning, before you check your phone, say out loud one thing you're grateful for. It could be the warmth of your bed, the smell of fresh coffee, or the fact that you woke up healthy enough to face the day. At night, Write down 2 good things that happened. They don't have to be grand. Maybe someone held the door for you, or you heard a song that lifted your mood. Place a small notebook by your bed to make this effortless. It might feel awkward at first, but stick with it. Within a week, you'll catch yourself noticing more of the good as it happens, not just when you sit down to write it. Gratitude won't erase your challenges, but it will make you stronger and clearer in the face of them. It's like cleaning a dirty window. You'll still see the world outside, but without the grime blocking your view. So before you move on to the next video or the next task, I have one request. Think of one thing you're grateful for right now, and if you're willing, share it in the comments. Because when gratitude becomes a habit, life doesn't just look different, it feels different, and that change can begin today. Number 4, optimize your energy. Have you ever had one of those days where you worked for hours, but at the end of it, you can barely point to anything meaningful you accomplished? You weren't lazy, you were just running on low fuel and pushing yourself at the wrong time. Here's the truth. It's not just about how much time you have, but how much quality energy you can bring to what you're doing. And that difference can completely reshape your day in less than 24 hours. Think of your energy like the ocean. It has tides, rising and falling throughout the day. You wouldn't try to surf during low tide and expect the same results as when the waves are high and powerful. Yet so many of us try to push through tasks when our mental tide is at its lowest, wondering why everything feels harder than it should. Here's the thing. Your productivity is not constant. There are hours when your mind is sharper, your focus deeper, and your creativity flows almost effortlessly. Then there are hours when you can't seem to string 2 good ideas together. Learning to work with your energy instead of against it is like rowing with the current. You move faster, go further, and feel less drained. This isn't about luck. It's about biology. Each of us has a natural rhythm, our peak hours. For some, the morning sunlight brings a burst of clarity and drive. For others, the quiet hours after sunset unlock their best thinking. The problem is, society often tells us to work on a fixed schedule that might not match our natural flow. That's why you can work all day and still feel like nothing meaningful got done. Here's how you start taking control. Spend the next 7 days simply noticing your energy levels. Rate yourself in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Which time block makes you feel unstoppable? Which feels like moving through mud? By the end of the week, you'll see your pattern. And that's your starting point. Once you know your golden hours, guard them fiercely. This is when you tackle your most demanding work, the projects that require creativity, decision-making, or problem-solving. Don't waste that time on shallow tasks like scrolling your phone or answering routine emails. Those can be done when your energy naturally dips. And here's something most people overlook. Rest is not a luxury, it's part of the strategy. You can't expect a phone to keep running without charging it, and your body is no different. Short breaks between tasks, a walk to get fresh air, or even 5 deep breaths can reset your focus and extend your peak performance window. Think of it as sharpening your blade before going back into battle. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do every act as though it were your last." That's not just a call to live fully, it's a reminder to be fully present in the work that matters most. And you can only do that if you give those moments your best energy, not your leftovers. So here's my challenge. For the next 24 hours, align your most important task with your energy peak. Protect that time like it's non-negotiable. You'll be surprised at how much more you can achieve without working longer hours. If you found this insight valuable and want more practical principles to transform your life, subscribe to the channel and join me for the next lesson. The next 24 hours could change everything. You just need to start. Number 5, take charge of your life. Every time you say, "There's nothing I can do," you're not just making an observation, you're quietly signing away the control of your own life. And the truth is, one of the fastest ways to drain your strength is to keep handing over that control to everything and everyone around you. Let me tell you a story that stuck with me for years. In a small town out west, a man named Jack was on his way to work one cold winter morning. He came to an old wooden bridge, only to find it locked off because of a storm the night before. Jack stood there fuming, cursing the city for poor planning, blaming the weather for ruining his day, even muttering about how his old truck was the reason he couldn't take another route. Minutes turned to nearly an hour, and Jack just stood there, waiting for someone to come unlock that bridge. Then another man arrived. He took one look at the situation, scanned the surroundings, spotted a narrow trail by the river, and started walking. It wasn't perfect, it was muddy and uneven, but it got him across. Jack stayed where he was, shivering in the cold, and by the time the bridge finally reopened, he'd already missed the meeting that could have changed his career. Jack didn't lose because of the bridge or the storm. He lost because he waited. That's what happens when we live in blame mode. Maybe you feel stuck at your job and think, it's my boss's fault. Maybe your relationship feels disconnected and you say, it's the other person's problem. Every time you do that, it's like you're choosing to stand at that locked bridge, hoping someone else will fix things for you. The hard truth? Most of where you are right now comes from your own decisions. That's not meant to weigh you down, it's meant to set you free. Because the moment you take full responsibility is the same moment you take back the power to change. One of the timeless lessons from ancient wisdom is the idea that some things are in your control and some are not. Your choices, your actions, your response, these belong to you. The weather, other people's behavior, the past, those don't. And yet most people burn all their energy wrestling with the things they can't move, while ignoring the things they can. So here's how you start taking charge today. First, change your question. Stop asking, whose fault is this? And start asking, what can I do right now to make it better? That tiny shift will rewire how you see challenges. Second, take one small but decisive action that's entirely yours. Cut a needless expense. Make the phone call you've been avoiding. Set a meeting to discuss a change you've been wanting. Third, realign your actions with your values. If you claim health is important but haven't moved your body in weeks, go for a 20-minute walk today. If family matters most, schedule time for them this week. Here's the thing. People who move forward don't wait for the bridge to reopen. They find another way across. So ask yourself, will you be Jack, stuck in the cold, or will you be the one who takes the trail and keeps moving? You don't need to fix your whole life in a day, but you can take the first step before the day ends. Think better, act better, and start building a life that's truly yours. Number 6, make things happen. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I'll do it when the timing feels right? Maybe it's that business idea you've been thinking about for years, a conversation you've been avoiding, or even a simple habit you've been meaning to start. You convince yourself you're waiting for the stars to align, for life to slow down, for the perfect moment to magically appear. But here's the truth. There is no perfect moment. If you keep waiting, you'll end up looking back one day and realizing you were standing still the entire time. I remember a friend of mine from Texas named John. He'd been working in a small auto repair shop for over a decade, and he was great at what he did. Customers trusted him. He had the skills, the network, and the dream to open his own garage. But every year he had a reason to postpone. One year it was, I'm saving up a little more money. The next year, I'm waiting for the perfect location. The year after that, the economy's not stable right now. Meanwhile, other mechanics, some less talented than him, were opening their own places, building their client base, and thriving. By the time John finally felt ready, the prime spots were gone, the market had shifted, and he realized the opportunity he'd been waiting for had quietly passed him by. John didn't fail because he lacked talent. He failed because he kept waiting for someday, a day that never came. And if you're honest with yourself, you might be doing the same thing in your own life. Opportunities rarely knock twice. More often than not, they pass by silently while you're busy overthinking. The hard part isn't knowing what to do. You probably already know. The hard part is doing it while it still scares you. Your mind will give you 1,000 reasons to delay. It's not the right day. I need to prepare more. I'll start next week. But those aren't reasons. They're excuses dressed up as logic. There's a principle I've learned over the years, one echoed by the Stoics. Life is happening right now. The clock is always ticking. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. That doesn't mean you should act recklessly. It means you should stop assuming you have endless time to get started. So here's how you break the cycle. First, choose one thing you've been putting off the longest. Not 10 things, just one. Write it down. Second, eliminate the word someday from your vocabulary. Replace it with today or right now. Third, shrink the action down to its smallest possible step. If you've been avoiding a hard conversation, start by writing down exactly what you want to say. If you've been avoiding exercise, commit to just 10 minutes today, not a full workout plan. Once you take that first step, something shifts. You begin to see that action creates momentum, and momentum creates change. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing something now. Because the gap between thinking and doing is where most dreams die. The question is, are you going to keep waiting for the perfect moment? Or are you going to create it yourself? You don't need a full plan to begin. You need a decision and the courage to follow it through today. Stop watching life happen to other people. Make things happen for yourself. And when you do, you'll look back and realize that your life didn't change because you had the best idea. It changed because you finally acted on it. If you're ready to keep building a life you're proud of, make sure to subscribe. This is just one principle. There are many more that can transform your life, starting today. Number 7. Make challenges your allies. Let me ask you something. Have you ever faced a situation that in the moment felt like the worst thing that could have happened, but later you realized it changed you for the better? At first, it was nothing but discomfort and frustration. But looking back, you saw that it was the very thing that pushed you forward. That's the strange gift of challenges. They rarely arrive with a smile, but they always leave behind a lesson. Think of it like this. A young man walks into a gym, expecting a normal workout. His trainer, instead of letting him take it easy, piles on extra weight and demands more reps when he's already exhausted. Every muscle in his body screams and his mind shouts, "This is too much." He wants to quit. He thinks the trainer is being unfair. But by the end of the session, when his legs are shaking and his shirt is soaked, something clicks. He's just broken his own limit. That trainer wasn't trying to punish him. He was preparing him for something greater. Life works the same way. Your challenges are like that trainer. They're not here to destroy you. They're here to test you, to reveal your hidden strength and to prepare you for what's next. The problem is, most people mistake challenges for enemies. The moment something goes wrong, a job loss, a failed project, a relationship falling apart, they resist it, complain about it, or wish it away. But resistance doesn't change reality. It only drains your energy. The ancient Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that adversity is not an obstacle, but the raw material from which strength is forged. As Seneca put it, a man should not fear hardship, because it's through hardship that he discovers what he's truly capable of. Without difficulty, there's no growth. Without resistance, there's no strength. So how do you make challenges your allies instead of your enemies? You start by reframing them. The next time something makes you uncomfortable, don't rush to avoid it. Pause. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? If you're in conflict with someone, maybe the lesson is patience. If you're under heavy pressure at work, maybe it's teaching you better focus and time management. Then, take one small but decisive action. It doesn't have to be dramatic. If your finances are in trouble, start by canceling one unnecessary expense today. If you've been avoiding a conversation, send a message to set it up now. The key is to prove to yourself that you can face what you've been avoiding. Here's the truth. Every time you confront a challenge, instead of running from it, you break the cycle of fear. You condition your mind to see difficulty not as a threat, but as training. Today it might be a minor problem. Tomorrow, it could be a life-changing decision. Either way, you'll be ready. You can't stop storms from coming, but you can learn how to steer your ship in the middle of one. And when you do, you stop living at the mercy of circumstances and start living with confidence and control. If this resonates with you, then don't just nod along. Practice it. Make challenges your allies starting today. and watch how fast your life transforms. Number 8. Cultivate daily reflection. There was a period in my life when I was constantly on the move, chasing goals, meeting deadlines, showing up for everyone else. Yet I never stopped to check in with myself. I thought I was being productive, but deep down I was running on autopilot, blind to my own patterns. I didn't realize how disconnected I'd become until one day I caught myself reacting harshly to someone I cared about. It wasn't who I wanted to be, and that moment made me ask a question I hadn't asked in years. Why am I like this right now? That's when I began a simple habit, something that would quietly change the way I saw myself. Each night, before turning out the lights, I would sit with a notebook for just 5 minutes. I'd write down what went well that day, where I fell short, and one thing I could try differently tomorrow. It wasn't fancy, and it certainly wasn't perfect at first. Some nights, I didn't want to do it at all. But slowly, something shifted. I started to see patterns. I noticed that certain situations triggered the same emotional reactions, and that I was carrying certain frustrations for days without realizing it. I also noticed that not everything was as bad as I made it out to be. There were small wins I'd been ignoring, little moments worth celebrating. This wasn't about judgment. It was about understanding. Think of daily reflection like a conversation with your future self. You're not writing to impress anyone. You're simply clearing the mental desk so you can start the next day without yesterday's clutter weighing you down. It's like emptying your pockets before you go to bed. You don't want to carry unnecessary things into tomorrow. And you don't need hours to do this. 5 minutes is enough. Ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What's one thing I can do better tomorrow? These questions are powerful because they shift your focus from mindless repetition to intentional living. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of the most disciplined minds in history, used his private writings, not as public speeches, but as nightly check-ins to keep his thoughts and actions aligned with his values. Here's the key. Reflection is not about beating yourself up for mistakes. It's about collecting information. If you burned dinner, maybe the lesson is to slow down. If you lost your temper, maybe it's a reminder to pause before reacting. Without reflection, these lessons slip through your fingers, and you end up repeating the same patterns over and over. If you're new to this, start tonight. Grab your phone or a scrap of paper and answer those 3 questions. Keep it private. Make it your space to be honest without fear of judgment. Over time, you'll notice a change. You'll become more deliberate, less reactive, and more in tune with who you want to be. Why can this transform your life in a single day? Because the very first time you reflect with honesty, you shift from living on autopilot to living with awareness. And once you start seeing yourself clearly, you can't go back to ignoring what needs to change. So tonight, take those 5 minutes, sit with yourself, write it down, because the most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with your own mind every single day. Number 9. Find a mentor. There's a reason the most successful people rarely walk their path alone. Trying to figure out life entirely by yourself is like sailing without a compass. You might eventually reach land, but you'll waste years drifting in the wrong direction. Think about Elon Musk in the early days of SpaceX. Back then, he wasn't the aerospace pioneer the world knows today. He had ambition, intelligence, and vision, but no real experience in building rockets. That's when Jim Cantrell, a seasoned aerospace engineer, came into the picture. Cantrell didn't hand Musk a ready-made plan. Instead, he shared the fundamentals, opened doors to the right networks, and most importantly, helped Musk avoid costly mistakes that could have killed the dream before it even began. That guidance didn't just save Musk money, it saved him years of trial and error. And that's the power of a true mentor. They can compress decades of wisdom into moments of insight. They're the flashlight in a pitch-black tunnel, not carrying you to the end, but showing you the safest and smartest path forward. So here's the truth. You don't need to have every answer. What you do need is the humility to seek out someone who's already walked the road you want to travel. Identify the area of your life you're committed to improving. Is it your career, your health, your mindset? Then look for someone who's mastered it. They don't have to be a celebrity or unreachable figure. Your mentor could be a retired neighbor who built a successful small business, a coach who's helped dozens of people reach peak performance, or even a writer whose books have shaped your thinking. But here's the catch. Having a mentor isn't enough. You have to be the kind of person worth mentoring. That means showing up prepared, asking thoughtful questions, and most importantly, acting on their advice. If you ignore their guidance, all you have is a nice conversation and wasted potential. When you find the right mentor, you'll notice your growth accelerates. You'll make decisions with more clarity, avoid pitfalls you didn't even know existed, and feel a sense of direction that self-reliance alone can't always give you. Yes, you can achieve great things on your own, but with the right guide, you'll get there faster, with fewer scars and a lot more wisdom. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius had Junius Rusticus, who didn't flatter him, but instead challenged him to live with integrity, discipline, and self-awareness. That's what a true mentor does. They don't tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear. So ask yourself, who's the Jim Cantrell in your story? And if you don't have one yet, maybe today is the day you start looking. Because one conversation, one connection, can be the turning point that changes the entire trajectory of your life. Number 10. Build goals that matter. Have you ever hit a milestone that everyone around you applauded, yet deep down, you felt nothing? That's the trap of chasing goals that were never really yours in the first place. Too often, people pick their targets from a cultural checklist, make more money, get the perfect body, buy the impressive car, without asking if those things hold any real meaning for them. And when those goals are finally checked off, they realize they've been climbing a ladder that was leaning against the wrong wall. It's like sailing at night toward a bright light in the distance. You row harder and harder, convinced it's a lighthouse guiding you to safety, only to discover it's the deck light of a cargo ship heading in the opposite direction. The problem was never your effort. The problem was your destination. Goals that matter begin with a foundation built on your own values, not borrowed ones. Without that, it's like building a beautiful house on sand. You can decorate the exterior all you want, but the first storm will bring it down. Purpose is the bedrock. Without it, achievement feels hollow. With it, even small wins feel deeply satisfying. So how do you set goals that actually transform you? Start by stripping away what you think you should want and focus on what you truly value. Write down the 5 most important things in your life. Things that would still matter even if no one else ever knew about them. Maybe it's your health, your integrity, your ability to provide for your family, or mastering a skill that excites you. Then pick one. Ask yourself, if I couldn't post this online or get recognition for it, would I still pursue it? If the answer is yes, you found something worth chasing. Once you have that clarity, sharpen it. Don't just say, I want to get healthier. That's too vague. Define it so precisely that you know exactly what the first step looks like. I'll exercise for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, or I'll cut soda from my diet for the next 90 days. Specificity gives your goal a shape you can actually move toward. Next, make it measurable. Progress is a powerful motivator, but only if you can see it. Whether it's tracking your workouts, monitoring your savings, or logging your reading time, numbers keep you honest, and they remind you that you're moving forward. Your goals should also be achievable. Ambition is great, but if you set the bar so high you can't realistically reach it, you're setting yourself up for frustration. The point isn't to impress anyone with the size of your goal. It's to create consistent momentum. Most importantly, your goals must be relevant to who you want to become. This is where philosophy comes in. The purpose of any worthy goal isn't just to achieve an outcome. It's to shape your character. A goal that aligns with your values fuels you when the initial excitement fades, and that's when transformation happens. And finally, give it a deadline. A goal without a timeline is just a wish. Timeframes create urgency, and urgency drives action. When you choose goals that matter to you, they stop being boxes to tick off. They become part of the person you are becoming. You're not just chasing results, you're building yourself from the inside out. And that's the kind of success no one can take away from you. Because at the end of the day, the real victory isn't reaching the finish line, It's making sure it's the right race in the first place. Number 11. Leave your mark on others. Take a moment and ask yourself, when you're gone, what will people remember about you? Not your job title, not the car you drove, not the size of your bank account. I'm talking about the imprint you've left on people's lives. The moments when your presence made their path a little clearer, a little lighter, a little more hopeful. Life works a lot like a team sport. Every player matters. When one person doesn't give their best, the whole team feels it. But when you step up, when you give something of yourself, you strengthen the entire group. And here's the truth. When you live for more than just yourself, something changes inside you. That emptiness you sometimes feel, it starts to fade. In its place, you feel connected, useful, and alive. This isn't about grand gestures or chasing recognition. It's about the everyday actions that ripple further than you'll ever see. And those ripples don't just touch others, they shape you. Helping someone isn't a one-way street. It builds you into someone stronger, wiser, and more grounded in what truly matters. Let me give you a real story. In 2008, a retired aerospace engineer named Bill Ritchie was living a quiet life in Ohio. He noticed something troubling. High school students in his area wanted to join STEM programs but lacked the tools and guidance to get started. Most people might have just shaken their heads and moved on, but Bill didn't. He opened up his own garage, turned it into a workshop, and invited a few local kids to learn welding, 3D printing, and robotics. At first, there were just 3 students, but word spread. Within a few years, his garage had become a buzzing hub of curiosity and creativity, with over 50 students rotating in and out. One day, a young man from his first group came back, wearing a college sweatshirt from MIT. He told Bill, "If it wasn't for you, I never would have believed I was capable of this." Bill didn't earn a cent from that garage, but he earned something far greater, a legacy written in the lives of those he helped. That's what leaving a mark looks like. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. So, how do you start? First, look at what you already have. Your skills, your experiences, your time. You might think you have nothing to give, but I promise you, you do. Maybe you can teach someone how to budget. Maybe you can mentor a younger colleague. Maybe you can simply be the person who listens when no one else does. Second, do it without expecting anything in return. The most powerful impact comes from acts done quietly, without the need for applause. Even something as small as encouraging words or helping someone through a tough day can change the way they see themselves and the world. And finally, remember this. You don't need to see the tree grow to know the seed you planted matters. Every small act has the potential to outlive you, shaping lives you'll never meet. So here's my challenge. Within the next 24 hours, take one action that leaves someone better than you found them. It might just change their life, and it will almost certainly change yours. You've just walked through 11 principles that can reshape the way you live, think, and act. But here's the truth. Knowledge alone changes nothing. Transformation begins the moment you decide to act. Every choice you make from this moment forward is a brick in the foundation of the life you're building. As the Stoics remind us, the future isn't promised. Only this moment is yours. Use it well. If you're ready to stop drifting and start living with purpose, type in the comments, "I refuse to waste another day." Make it your public promise, to yourself and to everyone here. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and like this video so you never miss the next step in your journey. We've only just begun, and the road ahead is filled with wisdom, stories, and tools to make you stronger, clearer, and freer. Right here on the screen, you'll find a playlist packed with ideas that have changed thousands of lives. Don't leave your growth to chance. Click it now. The rest of your life starts with the next choice you make. Make it count.